Episode 9. Aw, look at chubby little Boji. Wait, is this a healing episode? Look, the first half is just a wonderful delight, framed from the perspective of Dorsch, when he's first assigned to be the Queen's Guard. We see in a little more detail what Hilling's attempts to get close to Boji were like, while slightly gaining so much respect for Dorsch. Also, there's a moment when Boji grabs the cake Hilling tried to give him and offers it to his birth mother's grave. Hilling sees how much Boji still cared for her, and that's the turning point when Hilling decides to learn sign language and really connects to her new son. To round out the flashback, you learn everything you need to know about Dorsch's character in 2 lines. When asked if Hilling is worth protecting, he says, "It's not for me to decide, but yes." Is that not true for everyone? This is the king boss that people know, and appear to be a great guy. In fact, I get the impression that he's aware of and preparing for the bizarre events that are to transpire. Like the assassination of Queen Hilling. Now that the audience is emotionally on Dorsch's side, we see him fight tooth and nail to defend the queen. The fight is short, but there are so many layers to it that makes it really intriguing. First, we just gained some emotional connections to Dorsch, so we care about what happens to him. We were just reminded about how much we loved the queen, the one he's protecting. Partway through, we see Dorsch have a power-up moment, where he flexes so hard his armor flies off, and we find out that the armor wasn't to protect him, but to protect others from him. Not exactly, but I like that line. Last, we see that what King Boss Daida had whispered to him in the last episode was that this assassination would happen, and that it was his choice who to side with. The queen whom he'd sworn to protect, or the king whom he'd sworn loyalty to. And that was the first half of the episode. The second half of the episode was a lot less wholesome. First we see King Boss Daida dancing with a puppet magically controlled by the Lady in the Mirror, aka Miranjo, aka I think it's the woman who translated the demonic in the last episode. But anyway, she dances for a moment before the puppet falls to the ground as she grows too tired to keep up the magic spell. Things like this really add up to make magic feel like a very difficult thing. The only other use of magic besides this is when Hilling uses her healing magic, and when she does this, you can see how much of a struggle it is for her to use. Seeing that even the magic mirror has some difficulty makes magic look exhausting. Not just because maybe Hilling is not proficient at it, but because it's just an inherently hard thing to do. Boss assures the mirror mistress that she is beautiful and promises to stay by her side. It's hard to imagine just what happened to the king boss that cared so much about his family to make him turn into this version, siding completely with this dark arts conspirator. We see then Daida trapped in some void, likely some kind of veil within his own soul. The way it's portrayed is excellently disturbing. Daida is reduced to the young boy he really is, as the complete darkness and lack of sound drives him mad. Now, Hilling confronts King Boss Daida about the hit put on her, knowing full well that it was him, and calling him out. Hilling makes a plea to Boss to return her son, and emphasizes Boss should be dead, to no avail. She even asks the same question that I had in the previous episode. What's his motive? Within the veil, Daida can hear his mother and shouts for her. Hilling hears him in turn. She can recognize Daida is still within his body, and in a protective motherly frenzy tries to stab him out. It's of course fruitless, and she's carried out, leaving Daida again isolated. And he begins to wonder, is this the kind of world his brother lives in?